Hello, water signs. What's up? Thank you for tuning in. This is the Perlinwood channel, and I am May. Today, I'm here to chat with you about this year's Saturn retrograde. Saturn's retrograding through the signs Aries and Pisces. Pisces is a water sign, so I believe it's safe to say that this Saturn retrograde is definitely beneficial for the water signs, especially any of you all who are familiar with the degrees of your water sign placements. And if your placements are any of the later ones, so I would say probably about between 24 degrees and 29 degrees, then yes, this Saturn retrograde is definitely for you. It's for all of us, of course, but I'm hoping I can help you find the value. All right, Saturn retrogrades for 4.5 months. So this is a subtle but steady energy. It is something that's always trotting along in the background for all of us. And if you need a little bit more information about Saturn and Saturn retrograde, I did already record just a Saturn retrograde 2025 reading. It is not sign specific. It's just specifically about Saturn retrograde. All right. But let's get into it for you all, because I don't want to take up too much of your time. But I do want to connect. So, all right. What do my water sign, water placement folks need to know about this year's Saturn retrograde? Saturn retrograde 2025. Water signs, what do they need to know? And this is exactly as you are. This is from the Mystic Forest Oracle cards deck. I believe it's just one of those generic AI generated decks, but we love them nonetheless. So the message for you all, beautiful water sign folk, exactly as you are. The one who is always dissatisfied with the present moment will never have a better future. Give yourself permission to feel content right here, right now. Okay, right off the bat, the Saturnian theme of time. Okay. We are taught to build a relationship with time from a very limited perspective and a very linear perspective. But time is relative to who is traversing that time, because the past is only a memory and the future is only a hope. It's only a thought. It hasn't materialized. So truly all we have is the present moment. So presently, you're wherever you are listening to this. Okay, accept yourself in that state. Accept yourself in the state of listening to a broadcast from someone who's here to just give you a little bit of, food for thought. The one who is always dissatisfied with the present moment will never have a better future. So when you think about building anything, nothing of quality anyway is built quickly or overnight. So if you think about it like that, if every day you show up to building, say, a house, every day you show up and you're just pissed off or just not in a good mood, you waste a lot of time where you could just lay your bricks and do what you got to do and keep the bigger picture in mind that you're here to build a house. You're not here to enjoy every brick that's laying. Okay. And just because you didn't enjoy it specifically in every single second, that does not mean that it is not a beneficial moment in the grand scheme of a journey. 555. Okay. Allow your presence to transform the present. That is the formula for a better future. Not just for, you water sign, or just water signs and water placements in general, for the highest and the greatest and holiest good of all. So, it's a small action, but it has big effects down the line. But all right, how can my water sign folk who are listening best utilize the Saturn retrograde energy? How can water sign folks best utilize the Saturn and retrograde energy? I'm just going to go ahead and say and get clear on what it is that you want and accept whatever comes with it. And if you can't, then you need to reevaluate whether it's something you really want, if you're not willing to give exactly what it takes, and if you're unwilling to be flexible. And what did we get? Virgo. How to best utilize this energy, the energies of the Saturn retrograde. And we pulled the Virgo card. It is number 6, because it is the 6th sign, and the keyword is digest. Virgo, it is a mutable earth sign. And its sister sign is Pisces. All right, while we're speaking on it, the nodes. The north node is in Pisces and the south node is in Virgo. Okay, the nodes, the north node and the south nodes, are mathematical points on the orbit of the moon. Okay, there's more information than that, but that's just what I remember. And the north node is more like the path of your dharma, or, the future, and the south node has to do more with your karma and the past. And karma is a very neutral thing. Karma is very much so behavior action based. So, you get what you give. So, the fact that Virgo is showing up, I would say that accepting who you were in the past and what you've done in the past and all that plays a key role in best utilizing the energies of the Saturn retrograde. Okay, but I'm going to read what the guidebook has to say and then go from there. Virgo, symbolized by a woman/goddess holding a sheaf of wheat, the mutable earth sign Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Mercury goes retrograde today, actually, July 17th. Wheat can only feed the multitudes once the grain is sorted from the chaff. Virgo is connected to the nervous system and the intestinal tract, the job of which is to sort nutrients from waste. The sun shines here August 21st through September 21st. So maybe that is a prominent time for you guys, you water sign folk. because Saturn retrogrades from July 13th to November 27th. So Virgo season, there will be a Virgo season that we have to go through. Action. Look for the grain and release the chaff. Weed, harvest, sort. Something in the situation needs to be sorted, edited, or reorganized in order to bring in its harvest, whether you're asking about a relationship, a work project, or the culture in which you work. Virgo wants you to be specific, sort and release a habit, not a person, and change how you interact, but not necessarily with whom you interact. Examine the situation for the patterns that need to be released and composted, and what needs to be saved for another time or planted for the next season. Rather than focusing on faults, appreciate what is valuable about each interaction, opportunity, and person. Truly absorb the worth and wonder, and be healed thereby. It may be time to take an introspective break and work on your self-care routine. Look at your diet and health habits to see what needs improvement. Absorb vitality. Challenge. If you just weed the garden and don't plant or cultivate, all you have is an empty bed. Editing without creating gives you no content. Sometimes you have to ask the inner editor to take a break and let the creative process flow. Then let the editor clean and polish. Gift. This world is gloriously complex. Virgo encourages us to see how the details fit together, how the leaves and the twigs make up a forest. Light and shadow co-create our image of the whole. Rather than judge the worth of the part, pay attention to the necessary role each piece plays. The shaft protects wheat so it can grow, and therefore has value even if it's not edible. Perceive not just with your mind, but with mind, heart, and soul together. Each moment, each present moment has value, okay? You can just think of them as the bricks and, the wood frame and laying the piping and the electric wires and all those things. Just laying the foundation of the home, okay? And appreciating each brick and each person and just every step of the process. Is what's going to help you ground into the moment. So when Saturn turns retrograde, you'll have a lot clearer and cleaner approach to moving forward. All right, and then I'm just going to give a quick message just for the rest of July, and then I'm going to let you guys go. What do my water sign folk need to know for the rest of July 2025? We have ayahuasca. Ayahuasca, it is numbered 50. It's associated with the planets Pluto, which is also retrograde, Jupiter, which is in Cancer, and Neptune, which is also retrograde. And the key word of ayahuasca is rebirth. So the rest of July, the energy of rebirth. I have never taken a journey with ayahuasca, but I do know from stories that there tends to be a purging of what's not necessary, especially a purging of the gut. Okay. And since you guys got Virgo, maybe it is a time to cleanse your gut, really get in tune with your gut feelings and your gut health. Okay. Because the gut is the second brain, as they say. Okay. So definitely tend to the nervous system, because you are no longer who you used to be, because everyone is going through a dissolving of what can no longer be sustained on Earth at this time. And we can go more into that in later time, but I'm trying to keep it short for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to read from the guidebook and then it'll be sayonara, I promise.